Street Champs, come get put on. Today we are in here with a very, very special guest, Joey Harkum. How you doing today, bro?
What up, world?
We're outside. We're outside of Brews this time. This is our first time actually doing one out here. It's really pretty.
It is kind of nice.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I've never been up here.
Oh, really?
Many times I played here, never been up top. I guess it's nice.
Wow.
Yeah, we seen that one up top too. There's that like little rooftop
yeah,
type
that's
too,
cool.
and I was like, I don't know if it'll be too bright, but
This is
nice.
Should do a show out here. Like right
Yeah,
there.
that'd be great.
That'd be cool. All right, so how's tour been? How's your day been, Joey?
Tour's been good, man. We are on our second week of tour, and we sold out Lost Lake last night in Denver.
Woo.
What's up?
Yeah,
Congrats,
pretty cool.
bro. That's awesome.
We sold out a few small rooms on the tour so far, and it just feels great, man. Like there's a lot of energy from the new record, and people are digging it, man. It's been good. It's been good. Real
And
good.
new album's moving.
Yeah, man. I just
Congrats on the new release, man.
so grateful, man. It's crazy. We're getting real good feedback. Today we hit it. They had the highway blocked today. We got here late, man. I feel bad y'all waiting on me.
No, don't feel bad at all. You know, we'll mold our schedule to you because that's part of the tour. That's part of touring. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What
That's part
happened?
of
What
it.
was on the highway? Just a wreck, some shit?
25 was closed for a portion. I don't know what happened, but it took us like an hour through like neighborhoods and stuff. It was weird.
Man.
It's crazy. Anything can happen on I-25. You got a little possum on the side. You're gonna be going 30 miles an hour.
It must have been something big, man. It was
I-25
bad.
is just so bad sometimes.
It was backed up.
Yeah.
We're here. We made it. Sound checking, and
Boom.
Polaris is opening up, so they're down there checking. We'll be right on time for doors. I got time to talk to you guys. So
Yeah.
it's great.
That's what's up.
Awesome, man.
Before we get into everything, I just want to hear a little bit about your backstory. Where are you from? How old are you? Where are you from? How old are
I am 39. I'm the oldest member of the reggae rock scene. No, I'm probably not. I'm from Maryland. Yeah, from just outside of Baltimore, Maryland, in a town called Pasadena. My old band was called Pasadena, and we toured for a long time, pretty aimlessly. And around 2017, I started doing stuff under my own name and touring, and it's starting to work out, man. We're finally starting to put
yeah.
some butts in the seats, you know what I mean?
And you said aimlessly. What do you mean by aimlessly?
We just
what
we love
define
playing
that?
music, and we played all over the country. We just never really, we didn't have much of a business sense, you know. So
Business mind on.
yeah, we didn't really keep records, and we didn't really market too much, you know. It ended up being some of the best times of my life, but looking back, I'm like, man, now everything I know now, you know.
It's different.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And back then it was kind of, when I started touring, it was like when everybody had Blackberries.
Oh, shit.
Oh wow!
So it
Hey,
was like-
there you go. Blackberries were big back
when
in
I
the
first
day.
started, yeah. So you could get MapQuest on the BlackBerry.
Hey, the future.
And then, you know, and we had a atlas in the van, dude. Like reading
Nice.
maps and
The
shit.
big
It was
ass
crazy.
map.
He had a big old
somebody-
book opening up the atlas. Hell
Somebody
yeah.
gave us like one of them GPSs, like the ones by themselves or whatever. And I'll never forget, it took us through Jersey City. Took us off the turnpike into Jersey City in this long detour, and we just unplugged it and everything.
The Magellan or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That brand.
It was like back
That
when
shit
you
was
had to,
everywhere.
you had to like plug it
Garmin's.
in your computer to update it. Like
Oh, fuck.
so if like there was a new traffic pattern, you wouldn't know unless you like went home and plugged that shit in.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
All right, so going back to the timeline, what age did you join up with Pasadena, and how did you guys all meet?
My old band were all just neighborhood friends, man. We all hung together, and I started writing some songs when I was about 16. And my one buddy Ben, he was a drummer. Will played guitar, and my bass player Aaron, he sang in kind of like a Deftones kind of style band, and they would play teen night at like the club down the road.
Hell yeah. Hey.
So then they were like, Aaron learned bass just so he could play in the band because I was the singer.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, we just started like
Just did it.
playing in Baltimore. A lot of like started off with like open mics and house parties and stuff, and then
It's awesome.
and then we just like met people in the scene and started getting little opportunities. And then once we were playing in the city and selling tickets, then we're like, well, let's go to Jersey, see what happens, you know. And We just loved it, man.
First time outside the city.
Loved it. Our first tour date was Seaside Heights, New Jersey, man. And it was this bar we ended up playing for over a decade, Jack and Bill's, and we just played on the floor. We brought our own PA in. We traveled the whole country with our own
awesome.
PA.
Oh, wow.
Playing
Hey,
4-hour
there you go.
gigs.
That's insane.
Hey,
Crazy,
that's how you
man.
get heard.
4-hour gigs.
Crazy.
4-hour gigs. That's
Outside of music, as a 16-year-old, what kind of person are you? You're in like high school at that point?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Oh,
You
we
a
were
good kid?
we were like we kind of like wilded out early in life. So that's when we kind of like we were soul skaters, man. Skateboarding was life.
skate park chilling.
We where we live is like a peninsula, so a lot of fucking around on the creek, you know.
Nice.
Drinking, sneaking around, you know, getting in all kinds of trouble.
Having fun.
Yeah. It was fun until it started getting bad, but that's when, you know, we were doing some things, you know, we were doing started drinking, then, you know, people started doing pills and
Oh no.
and
Snowball.
then when people started getting bad was about the time we started touring, so really I think it saved us. 'Cause
Touring saved from the destruction.
we had something else to focus on, you know. So didn't help with the drinking, but
you were working.
What pills were popular back then in Baltimore? Because now it's like perks.
what pills were popular?
Yeah, like what pills were people doing back
Oh
then?
shit, whatever you can get. But yeah, I mean, I think I don't do nothing like that no more. But I'd say Percocets are pretty timeless.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it lives forever, huh?
Interesting. Now it's fentanyl perks and shit.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
it's the
honestly,
worst thing
so
ever
that's one
happened.
thing about the city. A lot of fake perks go around, like, and I'm not really in that scene, but like you hear a lot about it around here, and
Fentanyl is scary, man. I feel
That's-
bad
it's
for
the
kids nowadays,
fentanyl,
man.
yeah.
I feel so bad for kids getting in that shit now. Baltimore's got a real bad opioid problem, so it was just like it got gnarly for a while, and then you know, I think lucky enough for me, man, music it was just something else to focus on, and I just stick to whiskey and you know,
music's a drug in itself.
weed every once in a while.
Yeah, music's a drug in itself,
That's what's
man.
up. We don't have to spend too much time on it, but it would be a miss if we missed, you know, the bridge incident in Baltimore that recently happened.
Yeah, man.
You know, how does that affect you or the city? What do you think their aftermath
It's
is gonna be
awful,
like?
man. It's just awful. Those poor people that were on the bridge working, and that's literally my backyard. Like Pasadena's first record has the bridge on it, like
Oh,
a
man.
graffiti picture of the bridge.
Whoa.
And like whenever you got to go to like East Baltimore, that's our bridge. Like I can see it from my neighborhood. It's crazy.
Damn.
And it's like we actually left for tour a few hours before it happened. Luckily, we were
God,
going
what?
all the way though. We didn't have to go over the bridge, but I haven't been home since it happened. But it's crazy. I was like, the bridge felt like somebody died. Like the bridge was a person almost. It's so weird to think that way. But like, I was scrolling through my phone. We watched the sunset in front of that bridge on the creek, on the river, almost every night in the summertime. And whenever, and like
Dude, to see it gone.
the historical significance of that area, it's where the Star Spangled Banner was written. So Fort
Oh wow.
McHenry's just past the bridge, and then Fort Armstead is one of the forts that's right at the base of the bridge. And like, we grew up hanging out there when we were kids. It used to be a big music festival we play every year right there. Stay up all night, watch the sunrise, you know, like.
Yeah.
And the bridge has just always been there. Like I was telling somebody, it kind of reminded me of like y'all had got that mountain in the background, you know. Like if that
Yeah.
mountain just was gone one day, like
That'd be crazy.
what happened? Where
Yo,
the hell,
yeah.
man? It was such a landmark, man. Crazy.
Kind of defines the city.
And not to mention, I don't know, like the Coast Guard yard is, the port's on one side, Coast Guard yard's on the other side in the Baltimore Harbor, and they can't get nothing in or out right now.
Oh.
And the only way you can get through the city is the tunnel, and the hazmat trucks and stuff can't get through the tunnel, so it's just logistically a mess.
Yeah. Giant mess. How do you clean that up? Like on a.
I have no idea.
Gosh.
I have no idea.
Start building a new bridge.
I feel like
ASAP.
at some point, like some pieces ain't gonna get cleaned up. Like you gotta leave something. Like you can't clean up everything of that much of a destruction. Like there's just so much. Like there's so much.
I'm sure they're probably more worried about getting that channel dredged out so the boats can come in and out. But
true.
but there's my people in my neighborhood are sharing pictures of all this debris floating up on our little beach and stuff. It's pretty fucking crazy, man.
That's
Insane. We my grandfather passed on the 16th.
Yeah,
Sorry.
And-
sorry to
This
hear
month?
that, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
Sorry
we
about
the day I was at 1:30 on Tuesday it fell. Monday at 2:30 in the afternoon we were in funeral line going over that bridge.
Oh my God.
And my grandfather was a steel worker when they built that bridge at Bethlehem Steel.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So the whole thing's just fucking heavy, man. I'm like, what
That
the
is
fuck,
heavy.
dude?
It makes it way heavier. That definitely
Crazy.
makes it way heavier.
It's crazy. Like we have like a relationship with that bridge
Yeah.
too. That's just wild as shit.
It's part of
Like,
the city.
insane, man.
Man.
Damn.
Crazy, so sad.
Man, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. You know, it's not a. It defines, I guess, it defines a city, but you know, it's part of you too. It's part of your story. So that's why it was in your video. I saw that you posted
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's how much time we spent down there. We were like, you know, we just had a day off. We're like, let's just go film some music videos on the
Yeah.
boat, you know, and like so it's just come out of my creek. It's always just been right there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man. All right, so just hopping back into the whole timeline of things. You know, you were getting into some bad stuff where your friends were. Did you graduate high school?
I did not.
Did not?
I ended up, it's actually a good thing for me. I ended up getting kicked out of school, I think 11th grade. Oh no, I was supposed to be in 11th grade, but I was in 10th grade.
Almost 11.
And,
We were almost 11.
Super
And I got kicked out. I wasn't like a bad student, but like, it's funny. I was just talking all these crazy stories yesterday with the guys, but like, we used to like drop acid in high school and shit. You know, what I mean? Like, see who could,
In class?
last the
In
longest.
class?
Yeah, in the morning we drop acid, and then we see who could last the longest, and one by one, people would be popping up at the
Last
park
the
across the
longest?
street, and they'd be like, "Well, I had to get the fuck out of there, bro."
Yeah.
For real. Well, like I wasn't bad. I wasn't really bad, you know, but like I would like at lunch I would go out and smoke a cigarette and come back in and they'd be like, "You can't do that." I'd be like, "Fuck you," you know.
Just off acid. Just,
And
hey,
you know,
that's a good time.
I probably didn't say "fuck you," but I ended up
just in history
going
off.
to
Off a pill.
a work program.
What's happening?
Ended up going to a work program when I got kicked out of school, and it was like the best thing that ever happened to me.
Really?
We studied for our GED, and half the week and the other half the week we were learning how to frame walls and do landscape and stuff, and just like every week there was a different thing, and then they had like job placement at the end. It was really cool program,
That is badass.
and really helped me with like, you know, it wasn't like boot camp or nothing, but like with this discipline, you know, and work ethic. So I think it was just a blessing, to be honest.
Different perspectives.
Yeah. Did you have both parents growing up?
Yep. My parents were great, man. We were like just blue collar family, man. I got two sisters, and yeah, my parents divorced when I was older. So yeah, growing up, yeah, pretty great family, man. Can't really complain about that. Can't blame them for nothing.
Oh yeah. How did they feel about your music, you know, story? Were they supportive?
Oh yeah, very supportive. My
Really,
dad
yeah.
taught me how to play, and my grandfather played, and my uncle played. So we just always very musical.
in the family.
Singing in the living room every night, kind of shit, you know.
It's in your blood.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they're
That's
very
awesome.
supportive. Still, you know, they're rooting for me more than anybody. It's great. They come when we had the big show. They come out and at home and stuff. It's great.
What's the biggest show you've done to date?
I don't know.
Most memorable one, maybe.
Maybe one of those Red Rock shows.
I have not played Red Rocks.
Oh,
the
no
only
Red
time-
Rock shows?
The only time that I played Red Rocks was I went down there when it was open to the public and played on the stage.
I did see those.
Oh,
I
okay.
did see those.
I
But I
played
like
some
that
pretty
idea.
cool shows,
yeah,
man.
he told me. Yeah, okay.
I played a couple cruises. I got to tour with Flog and Molly, who's my favorite band, and we did some really beautiful big theaters. That was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's crazy. We were just talking about Flogging Molly.
So I'm good friends with my friend Damien, and he's friends with one of the guys from Volaris.
Yeah, they're playing tonight with us. Yeah, Nathan's the bass player.
I forgot the relationship that Damo has with one of the players of Flogging Molly. I don't know if it's like his friend or his brother or something, but one of my good friends, Damien. We'll see him tonight down there, and it's all connected. So we were talking about Flogging Molly earlier. That's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, man.
Big circle around.
I've done a bunch of stuff, man. Just crazy to think about it, but I played. Me and my bass player, he's got relationships in like the UK and certain parts of like Europe. So we went over there 2 years ago and played a bunch of bars and stuff in like Belgium and Germany and England and Wales. It was really, really cool. That was a cool thing. And play down in like the Caribbean sometimes, like Virgin Islands and stuff like that's real fun. I love playing big shows and like festivals are fun. But what I miss is I can't do that kind of stuff that much anymore, just because I have a family now, and you know, if it's not progressing, I can't really afford to go to the Caribbean for 2 weeks and drink rum and play at the bar. You know? But that's what I miss the most.
Oh man!
But I'm gonna try and make some of that stuff happen once my kid gets a little older, so we can have like a little paid vacation or something.
Go back to the wild gigs.
I was watching your Sugar Shack. It's like you got to wait for the kid to get a little bit more sturdy.
Yeah.
Right. You have a daughter, right?
I have a little boy, and
okay,
another boy on the way in July. It's crazy, man.
That's awesome.
So
when you filmed that, you said she was about like 9 months or 1 or something.
I can't remember how old he was back then, but yeah, he was just a tiny thing. Yeah. Crazy, man.
That's awesome.
Goes by quick.
I can't believe it. I'm like an old dad, so I'm like trying to exercise and shit.
You're the cool
and, like,
dad,
eat
though.
healthy.
Hey.
I'm like, I gotta live forever, man. I can't.
How has being a dad changed your music creation process?
I don't really know how to explain it, but it's just changed everything. Like everything's better somehow. And like writing, I feel more like, it's hard to explain. I guess more in tune with shit. Like when I'm writing, it just feels more. It's hard to explain it. I don't know.
Just different.
Everything's just kind of amplified, and like your time is a lot smaller. You know, so like, you know, sometimes I'll just be picking around or, but now I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit here and I got an hour.
Time, plan, dedication.
Yeah, I got an hour to write, and I don't know, for some reason it just feels like it feels more like I'm more in tune with it, I guess. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense, but
what's the word? Like honed. You got to hone that time. You got to use that time for that, and if you don't, like, you're gonna miss that time out on, you know.
Yeah.
And you don't want to risk the time for like exchanging it for family. I mean, even you're a great family man, so you want to put that time toward the family.
Even being out here, you know, it's like our next show's in Seattle, because I can't be gone long enough to do 4 shows out to Seattle. So we're just, after this, we got 2 days to just get to Seattle. And then we're on the West Coast for like, I think 10 shows. And then we start making our way home. Like, but yeah, when we were booking, I'm like, I can't do 4 weeks, but I can't do 5. Like, I cannot. I gotta get home.
You're right. Yeah, you gotta spend time with the kiddos.
Yeah, going home, you know, they age really quickly. You're going home and they look different.
And that's very
at his age, it's like that.
Developmental.
He's only 3 now, but yeah, even when he was like a year and a half, I come home and he like, his face would look different. Like he'd grow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You know, or like, you know, he'd be saying certain words that he didn't say before. That kind of stuff is just like, man, crazy. Thank God for FaceTime, though. We talk every day.
Technology.
He come up and hug the phone and stuff. I'm like, I can feel it.
I love you.
That's cute.
And see, that's better than, hey, if we were in the 70s, that wouldn't happen, man.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I mean, payphone.
You'd have multiple families across the country.
Yeah.
The 70s.
I wanted to touch on the. So you're saying you were booking your tour recently. So I'm a upcoming artist too. I don't make reggae, but I produce like dance music.
Nice.
I rap, just produce beats, all that stuff. I did want to touch on like the touring and stuff. So like, what got you started in touring? Like, was it you going outside the box and looking for like an agent, or was it an agent coming to you? Like, what kind of kicked off the Joey, right?
Yeah.
Joey Harkum. The Joey Harkum like tour part of your music era? Like, what really kick-started it? Because I'm always curious on it. Like I'm opening for like Bone Thugs. I opened for Waka Flocka last year. Like I'm opening for big artists, but I'm always curious on looking on how to expand myself to even how do I tour? Yeah. How do I figure it out? And how do I like? Is it your money you're putting toward it, or is it like someone coming to you and saying, "Hey, let's book this tour"? Like I'm just very curious on that stuff.
There is no money.
Okay, I see you. I see you.
To be honest, before we got an agent, in our first, I've only had 2 agents. My first agent, my longest, he was a good friend of mine, who would throw shows in our beach town, and we kind of convinced him to move to Baltimore and be our booking agent.
Oh, that's awesome.
But before we got him, which it's hard to do, man. It's just like cold calling, you know.
It is.
Especially, sorry, if you have no history. But what we did early on was it was kind of like when MySpace came out, everybody's like, fuck yeah, look, if we can find all these
online
bands.
Stuff now.
So we found, like back in the day, we would show swap with Deryk for Cleveland, for Baltimore. Okay. And Oogie Wawa was a band in Long Island, so we'd show swap with them, Long Island for Baltimore.
Okay.
And then we met like Treehouse in Myrtle Beach, so we'd show
networking
swap with them.
And building the relationships to show swap.
Yeah, and then before you know it, we got a friend in every city, a band in every city that was like our brother band. And then you do that long enough, you develop, you catch some of their crowd that likes you. And then, back then it was mostly bar gigs, so you're catching just random people, and then we would hit the road together. But it just takes forever, dude. You just gotta want it.
Just gotta want it and keep going, right?
It's like a perseverance game. All this shit is just perseverance, man. It's like not talent don't have that much to do with it sometimes.
Going back to the grindstone a lot.
Yeah, you just gotta work, man.
You gotta want that shit.
What's you ever thought about just like quitting?
Yeah.
I feel like every artist has gone through that.
When my band broke up, my old band, everybody quit but me. So when I say broke up, didn't break up. I was just like, well, I'm not gonna hire a bunch of new guys and play a different sound with this name. So it was like almost a year where I wasn't doing any touring or anything. So I was kind of putting out a solo record, and a buddy of mine gave me a bartending gig at he had a real fancy rum bar, and I was the worst bartender in the fucking world. I love talking to people, so in my head I was just gonna have the rag, like wiping the bar, like, what's going on, man? Tell me about your day. And then the guy at the other end of the bar is like, what the fuck, man? I've been waiting forever.
So define worst bartender. Was it bad drinks? Bad.
Just very slow.
You're slow, man.
So yeah, I thought, I was like, well, shit, I guess this could be me. And then I was like, I could always be a driver. I drive all day. But never really thought about quitting until we had our son. Then I was like, I can't tour. And thank God my wife's really supportive. She's like, you can tour, you just can't tour right now.
Yeah.
You can tour,
having the baby.
So I kind of, unless it was a support slot or like a good opportunity, I didn't really tour for like 2 years. I just did like long weekends. And then if I was doing support for a band, then I would go out. I think I went out for like 28 days.
Dialed
it was
back.
like 6 months, and it was awful.
Okay.
I just hated it. We actually went to Europe when he was young too. The Europe trip was booked before she got pregnant. So plane tickets
Obligations.
bought, money spent.
Yep.
I'm like, well, I gotta fucking go. I can't like not go, And I'm glad we did. It was tough for me to do, but I'm glad we did. Hopefully we'll go back one day.
What was your favorite spot out there? I mean, best show, I guess I can ask too.
Best show, probably Manchester. Yeah, we had
UK.
We had some friends out there, and they booked us like a proper gig, man. Like at this venue, it was fucking super cool. Like had a good ass time, and then we went to Germany and played for. There's a sister city in Germany of a town near me in Maryland, and we played for like the town hall, in this little town in Germany called Schifferstedt. That was pretty cool too, because it was like the the mayor came out and like took us to dinner and shit. It was,
Oh, wow.
like, really
Hell
cool.
yeah. Shout out the mayor.
They spoke English?
She spoke no English, so she had a translator the
Okay.
whole time. But
Oh,
she
that's
was a
cool.
good time,
Still-
man.
yeah.
She was drinking wine, and she was like cleared her schedule the next day and took us to a bunch of like ruins and like
That's
castles and
badass.
shit.
Yeah, nice.
Hell yeah, that's badass. I love stuff like that, like ruins
Yeah.
and checking
Oh,
out old
so
school
cool.
shit. Yeah.
All right, getting to the new album, The Art of Revenge, 8 tracks, right? What was your thought process on the creation? There's a few different sounds on it. You go. There's like some folk, then there's some heavier reggae. Why this album now?
My intention was, to be totally honest, I've been doing a lot of stuff in the reggae rock scene, and my old band played more reggae rock style, and I always liked playing it. So I tried to make this album in the vein of my old band, like a Pasadena record, just because I was playing with all the guys, and I'd be on the whole tour except for the big festival. I wouldn't be on that, so
Why?
I would be in the bandwagon with them, and then we get to the festival, and I would just hang out, But I was like, if I make some reggae rock songs that could be catered to this festival stage, maybe I can get in. So that was like one thing, and then I don't know, the vibe of the album is very much like the best revenge is living well. Like I always say this, the best revenge is living well, even if it's against your past, So that's kind of what the vibe is for it.
That's fire. I like that.
So it's like, and it started with Hold On with Brandon from Bumpin' Uglies. We were on tour, and I had that song, so he wrote that verse. And then when I got home from that tour, I was just like stoked. So then I just started plucking away at like some reggae rock kind of riffs and stuff. And once I got like 3 songs, I was like, all right, well, let's tell the other side of the story. So now there's some bleeders on there, some like kind of more singer-songwriter songs, and I think it turned out good, man. I had a couple more, but it didn't really flow. So I put another single out with my old band Pasadena that didn't really flow too well with the record. But yeah, I'm really glad how it turned out. I feel like it's like revisiting the past, but also like a very hopeful album. And a couple dad songs on there. Too,
What's your favorite song from it?
Probably the solo one, No More Sorrow. I love playing that song. It's very it's almost like it's structured like a hip hop song. It's just like very quick lyrics. Like I'm like, especially out here in the altitude and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like barely getting that high note out at the end. I'm like just
Using them lungs.
You have a line in the album that says, "I just want to live long enough."
Yes, we were
To-
listening to that
to
earlier.
say,
We were
"I
listening to
live
that
long
earlier.
I don't want to live forever. I just want to live long enough to see my enemies surrender.
Yes, that's what it was. I even turned to him. I was like, that was fire.
Do you feel like you have a lot of people that pray on your downfall, or people that want to see you fail? Like, do you have people in your past that are kind of like, fuck you?
Yeah, one in particular, I think, but I don't hate on nobody, man. It's almost more just like a cheeky kind of line. I don't really mean it towards any one person, It's just like being the underdog for so long. You wanna get, I always joke like when we don't get on the festival or like we'll hit up certain people we work with, and they pass on us or whatever, and I'll be like, one day you'll all be in my fucking
One of those,
wrath.
like, yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I think every artist feels like that. I think any creative is like, damn, you fucking passed on me.
It doesn't even have to be music.
It's just hard when you work so hard, and you get used to it, because I mean you're gonna get 1,000 no's before you get one yes.
Seriously.
And
Yeah.
you can't get hung up on it. But it is like, it's like anything else. It's like if it's your business and you're passionate about it, sometimes you'd be like, fuck them. Fuck that guy.
Fuck them. Fuck this.
I mean, it puts a fire under your ass to be like, I just want to see my enemies, like change their mind about me, or like be wrong. But
Yeah, man.
I think everyone could feel that way sometimes. But ending on the album, I know you said you had about 30 minutes. I don't want to take up all your time here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, doors are in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But any advice you would give to someone who just wants to just make music and tour, maybe even a younger you, what advice would you give a younger you?
I would say probably keep like, it's easy to drink on tour. It's easy to kind of get lost. And I think for me, one of my biggest problems was before I caught up to it or realized what was happening, we were definitely getting fucked up. Like, so don't do all this work. Takes months to book a tour. You're spending all this money on gas. You're driving across the whole country. Don't get there and get too fucking drunk to play.
Oh,
you know, like put your best foot forward all the time, man. And network. Like, you don't gotta always hit somebody up if you want something from them, but if you like what someone's doing, let them know. You know, because my whole community that we're in, when they win, I feel like I win. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, even though we just saying all that stuff was kind, it's kind of in a joke, almost. But yeah, like, I love when my friends succeed, and you want to lift up the people that are in your scene because you want to be a part of their journey too. So I would just say networking and just keep yourself in check out here, because it's just
Keep them wits.
madness out here, bro. You gotta be careful.
You can get lost in the sauce real easy.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, man. You want to tell people where they could follow you?
Yeah, Joey
Shout out the new album,
Harkum, Harkum, Joey Harkum. It's just at Joey Harkum on Instagram, Facebook. We're on Spotify. We're on everything but Tidal. I don't know why.
Jay-Z got a grudge against you guys.
I think it's because you have to upload a higher quality audio file.
okay.
I think I'm gonna figure it out. So I'll be on Tidal
Hey, there we go.
like tomorrow.
Catch him on title.
But yeah, everywhere just Joey Harkum. Yep.
Right.
And
Awesome,
we're heading to the West Coast. So if anybody's on the West Coast,
And he's about to kill it tonight,
Come out
right
to
here
our
at
show.
Bruce Ale House in Pueblo, Colorado. Thank you for giving us time, man.
yeah, man,
We appreciate
you guys
bro.
having me. Thanks for waiting around for me. Sorry I was late.
No,
Hey,
man.
you're all good,
We'll wait
man.
around more. All right, guys. Street Champs, Richie, come get put on.
You know what's
Peace.
up.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. We just hit 5,000 subs and we're trying to make it 6,000. Help us out and hit the subscribe button. Peace.